Hey guys, I'm going to read a little bit from Horace the Mole as I said I would each night. So here it is. And here we go. And as I mentioned before, the book was written in 2003, hoping that folks would read it to their kids to foster decency and love. The stroll down memory lane was like a double-edged sword for Horace. The happy gave way to sad. The murder of his beloved father, lovingly known as Dad Mole, flashed painfully before his mind's eye, creating a lump in his throat that felt like he had swallowed too many dry crackers at once. Horace recalled the tragedy as if it had happened yesterday. How could he forget? It was the worst day of his young life. He had fallen asleep where Dad Mole had left him at the homeward-bound tunnel in the garden, advising, "Watch from here, son. This way you are 2 steps away from safety should Mitty the cat show up looking for mole stew. You will join me on the hunt for food to stock our pantry in a couple of years when your legs grow longer and you could run faster." When Horace had woken from his nap on that ill-fated day, he saw Dad Mole bent over the straw bag he carried on food-gathering expeditions, apparently absorbed in counting his catch of several meaty slugs and 6 juicy red berries. The length of a small car away from Dad Mole, a pudgy-faced boy, rock in hand, inched closer and closer, cooing, "Nice little rat, look what Big Billy brought you, a nice shiny apple." Here's a little illustration of Billy here, creeping toward Dad Mole with a rock in hand. To this day, the memory of Billy's sinister-looking black button eyes, little yellow teeth, and eerie grin sent a chill up Horace's spine. Horace had expected Dad Mole to run, but he didn't. He just stood there as if the boy didn't exist and mumbled, "I'm not a rat. I'm a mole whose most excellent sense of smell tells me you're a stinky boy who needs a shower." To this day, Billy had no idea how he had found himself in the Stander's backyard, sweating, dizzy, and raging mad at the world. Earlier that day, he had been greedily ripping into his birthday gifts and gobbling up handfuls of gooey, multicolored candies and cakes. When his grandmother had cut the cake and his mother exclaimed, "Blow out the candles, Billy," Billy screamed, "I hate you," in reference to his father's absence, and left the surprise party running, leaving everyone not sure what had happened. Billy hadn't made it through more than a dozen backyards before his belly put the brakes on his forward motion, sending him to his knees, vomiting, and there in the Stander's backyard, he had spotted Dad Mole out of the corner of his eye, and he wiped the spittle from his mouth. Billy had believed that if he had killed Dad Mole and claimed his first victim, he would finally be free of always feeling like a victim himself. With murder in his heart, Billy had crept forward toward Dad Mole, believing his chance to strike back at his father was at hand, for bringing him into this world, and the bullies who had nicknamed him Big Baby, for his girth and quick-to-cry nature lay before him. So that's it for now, guys. Let me know if you have any thoughts, comments, and I'll get back to you tomorrow, okay? And the reason why I wrote this book, as I mentioned, was to foster some decency. It seems like there's so much filth and crap available to kids these days. You surely can't help to read something that's down to earth and loving, right, to your kids. Have a great night. Take care.